Super. Right, let's go on to here. And we are going to go onto here, onto here. Right. So this is why we need your profile. So it's literally tuning into your energy, okay? So the first thing we're going to do is literally, I'm going to do this 3 times because it's the first time we've done it. And so the voice thing is for 10 seconds, but most important, you start with I am Elaine Godley, and then you can talk a load of old garbage after that. I don't care, as long as you do the first bit, okay? And we'll have a countdown. So here we go. 4, 3, 2, 1.
I am Elaine Godley, and I'm doing this session with Fiona Clark, the Zenergizer, today. I'm really looking forward to seeing what we've got coming up with the scans and the interesting information and how we move forward.
Brilliant. Fantastic. One step more. 3, 2, 1.
So we're doing the same thing. Oops, nothing's happening.
All right. Start with I am Elaine Godley. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
I am Elaine Godley, and we are doing the second test for the inner voice. And I'm speaking for 10 seconds in the hope that I will find something intelligent to say. 10 seconds is actually quite a long time.
It's a test, isn't it? Isn't it wonderful? All right, so this one for real. 4, 3, 2, 1.
I am Elaine Godley, and I'm doing this assessment of the voice with Fiona Clark, the Zenergizer, and we're going to be looking at all kinds of interesting information for my body to...
Perfect. And now it's just going to scan through. So it's going to go through all these things, the physical, the vitals, emotions, causes, suggestions, all sorts. Okay, so...
Sounds like it's farting.
I know, it's great, isn't it?
So chickpeas, they make you pass wind. Chickpeas.
Chickpeas, actually, they don't with me so much. I know a lot of people say that, and a lot of people say with lentils and things, but I love chickpeas and I love all the pulses. Right, okay, so we're going to get a report. Now, when you get this report through, you're going to get 2 options of ways that you can actually see this. Let me just see. So these are all the things on a physical level. The top 3 and the bottom 1 is showing you. And we've got that graph as well. So I'm just going to try that, change that to square. And let me just close this and go to that. And it gives you a bit of information here, Elaine, just to read through, which I think is really good. And then we're going to come down to what is going on. So you can see all the different notes here, which mean diddly squat to me. But what we've got, first of all, so these are the 3 top ones: rigid beliefs as opposed to open to possibilities. Now, let me just write this. When you are in balance with this, this is how you're going to feel. So open to possibilities, possess a greater sense of security as doubts and fears fade. Differences of opinion are more easily tolerated, willing to question the validity of their own beliefs, feeling more grounded and at home in the world around them.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
And you can see this is very much on the brainstem, actually, in the lungs and the quads. What's going on here? When we're not in that balanced place, we are going to be more like this. So there's going to be, in our heads, thinking, having those rigid beliefs on how we should be, and possibly some of these other things. Feeling, and I know you were saying about your daughter feeling unloved, unsupported, and ungrounded. So I think that sort of covers some of that, doesn't it?
Yeah, and also high strung overachiever. I don't know about high strung, but high activity overachiever, definitely. Lack of father figure. My dad died when I was 19. He was only
Oh
40.
wow.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Tend to spread themselves too thin. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So I want, when you get these reports, and I'm actually going to send it now because sometimes, because
Yeah.
what I will say is it doesn't save this, Elaine. So if I don't
Okay.
send it, and I send
Right.
it to me as well as a backup because of privacy, which I think is a
Yeah.
really good idea. So if I go off this page, we'll have to
Yeah.
start again. So
Yeah.
I'm just sending now. It'll take a few
Cool.
minutes to come through.
Okay.
And did you verify your email address?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I don't know why this is, it's a bit slow in coming forward with this message because it still comes up, but I just wanted to check.
The other thing there that's just poking out behind that white
Yeah,
thing, truth and justice. I'm very, very high on the truth and justice bit. Really
right.
pisses me off. If somebody tells me a lie, that's it. They're gone forever.
Yeah. Okay. So can you see why this is called rigid beliefs
Mhm.
versus open to
Yeah.
possibilities? It's like, okay, what can we get rid of? What can we soften in
Mhm.
the meantime here?
Yeah.
Because you know, this is, we all have these patterns and we've carried them around for a long time. So this is really, take some time. And what I would suggest doing also is just keep coming back to this and just saying, okay, I can actually see something else in here that I didn't really see before. Now I need to just have a look at that. Okay. And I'm going to close this because I know what this thing does. It takes forever and sometimes it's just whirring for the sake of whirring. Now, the beautiful thing that I love also, because we know the power of color and we know that there's a language in color. So it comes up with the color related to the note.
Mhm.
Now, gold, I think you like gold, don't you?
I I do like gold, but I don't wear it. I don't wear gold. I
No.
don't wear anything really these days.
Yeah. So what I'd like you to do is to imagine you've got gold somewhere, or just
Hmm.
look at a piece of gold paper or something
Yeah.
gold, because bring the vibration of this color into you, because this is what gold gives us. We know gold has got a richness in so many different aspects. And you know, when you're in the balance, this is where you are, which is what we want. We don't want you to be down here.
Yeah.
Okay. Some parasites coming up, some imbalances coming through with hydrochloric, digestion, endocrine, reproductive, chiropractic seems to come up quite often. The toxicities we'll probably see further down. Probiotics, trace minerals, we'll see what's coming up through there. So you can relate to these ones, Elaine. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's go to the next one, which is over um, activated, stimulated, and that's low self-esteem, self-accepting. And you can see this is endocrine system, really.
Mhm.
Self-accepting, deep connection to mother, deep sense of self-worth, willing to be nurtured in a healthy way, self-accepting of one's value and worth. Or when you are totally up there and you're, you know, maybe thinking about the family things that are not where you want them to be, it sort of takes you down this rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense.
Hmm. Yeah.
So the color we've got is lime.
Okay.
Is that a color that you like?
It's a colour that I like, but it doesn't like me particularly. It's
Mm.
more I'm a, what do they call it? When I had my colours done, I'm a emerald green as
Yeah, I
opposed
was going
to
to say
lime.
like a real rich heart,
Yeah, yeah,
heart
very
chakra
rich.
green. Yeah.
Yeah.
So just think about this, you know, lime green is really, I mean, I love lime green. I can actually wear this color, but it's in between, when you look at the chakras, it's in between the heart and the solar plexus with the green and the yellow. It's just softening it, bringing more yellow in. But it's a beautiful, beautiful qualities that we have in this, because this is all about coming into that place of balance, into that place of neutrality, if you like, and that place of also self-love, as we know with that area too. So we love all this: joy, enthusiasm, creativity, success, change, balance, freedom, fascination, and expression. And this will turn up maybe when you're feeling that that's disappeared down the plug hole. This is maybe what we'll be feeling here. Few of the vitals, E, B's 2 and 3. Sacral iliac joint pain, anything going on there? Brain spine?
No, I've got a twisted and a curved spine. I've got lordosis and scoliosis, so that's always there.
So that's not a surprise, really, that that's coming into that.
And also the hydrochloric acid that's come up.
Yeah.
My gut was trashed from being on antibiotics for over 20 years, and that always comes up as a weakness. And also the chiropractic. Until I moved to Portugal, I had to see a chiropractor every month without fail, and quite often twice a month. Since I've been here, I'm more relaxed. I don't have the stress that I didn't even realize I was under so much stress until I moved away from it.
It's interesting it's still coming up, but I would imagine it's coming up also because of the other traumas that are still being held in the physical body, you know, especially if your spine still needs that correction. So for whatever reason. But that's great that you don't have that need as much as you did before.
Yeah.
All right, so you've got the lime green and gold, completely different colors. Right, fear versus confident. Now, this is how we like to see you, isn't it? Secure and confident, increased joy and pleasure. Independent thinking, well, I definitely know you're that. Reduced influence of external factors and stressors. Embraces responsibility in a balanced manner. Experiences internal patience. Interesting, they said internal, not just patience. Loving, sense of humor towards self, which I think you have as well.
Yeah.
But we can get into this. Feeling a bit fearful and you're overwhelmed. That joy disappears, maybe feeling impatient and angry. Grow up fast, be a responsible child in the family. Was that right?
Yeah. 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 The first child of policemen are always like me, apparently.
Yes, I bet you were the test case. Okay, so another color, completely different colors. This is red orange. You're quite good in those colors. Are you red orange? Not really. You're more bluey red, aren't you?
Yes, bluey red. Yeah, not red orange. Orange. When I had my colours done, I only had one item in my wardrobe. I'm going back many years now, and had one item in my wardrobe that I only actually wore mostly for sleeping in, and it was an orange top. All the other colours I'd kind of selected themselves, but I went through a phase of a previous business I had. Orange was, well, in fact, still today I'm attracted to orange because that my mum liked orange and I like purple. That's why I've got orange and purple in my branding.
Yes.
But yeah, I used to have a fabulous Jaeger orange jacket that I used to go on stage with and so on. But anyway, there we are. But I don't wear orange now.
So what I would say is, you know, even look at a book or somewhere where you can find something that's got, I mean, you've got orange in your background in your logo and your barcode there.
Yeah.
And just see that and really feel into the energy of that. I mean, red orange, it really comes down between the, you know, the root chakra and the sacral chakra. So your red is that dominant of like, let's feel safe or not. And the orange is the emotions. The orange, the sacral, is all about the creativity. It's all about this. It's about the emotionals. It's the water center. It's the sea. It's the sea of tranquility, actually. It's our water element, and it's that feminine side of us as well, which is the softer than the red, which is more masculine and more, you know, let's do this. So it's actually red orange is it's a nicer color in a way than the red, but for different reasons. So see what you can find with that. We've got the chiropractic coming up again. Exercise, which I know you do, get plenty of sleep, say mentally active, which you do. Blood sugar, digestive, a few things here. Impatience, nervous exhaustion, which was a little bit what you said when you were doing that chiropractor, wasn't it, before?
Yeah,
Do
yeah.
you
I'm
still
not
go
there.
into this?
I never had nervous exhaustion. Well, it's very rare, but well, certainly in the last 5 years I haven't.
Yeah,
But yeah, in days gone by, years gone by, all sorts of stuff has happened.
yeah, yeah. So can you see that this is still showing up in
Mhm.
your field of energy?
Yeah.
You
Mhm.
know, as a sort of like, oh my God, there's a potential for you to still go back into that pattern if you're not in this.
Yeah. So
Oh,
what happens when I'm on the edge of something really big? I've had this happen time and time and time again. When I'm on the verge of being really excited about something and it's going to, it's a big something, I have a particular dream, and I had that dream last night. And it's not fear of it's not fear of failure, it's fear of success. That's
yeah,
where that's where I start sabotaging myself.
yeah. I think, you know, a lot of people don't realize that that is a massive big thing, and that's why people hold them back. Um, okay, so now this is the one. No, we've still got that one yet. No, this is the last one. This is the one that's suppressed. All right, so there's not enough energy coming into this for you to really be in the balance of who this is. So you've got quite a lot of stuff going on here with the organs, the
Mhm.
pelvis, spine, some of the pineal, the sinuses maybe coming up under here. So some of those adrenal endocrine glands. Self-accepting restores a sense of self, ability to express feelings to others, connects to more deeply with others, easier to form rewarding relationships. And then when you're not, you've got this. This is so American because obviously this is American English droll.
Yeah.
We don't use that word,
Mhm.
do we? Droll.
Yeah.
When I first saw it, I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
your color, magenta.
Yeah.
So this is a really good color for you right now to wear.
Mhm.
And I know you've got loads of this.
Mhm.
So you have full permission to cover yourself in magenta and just keep feeling into the energy and feeling how this, when you look at this, Elaine, and you look at where you feel with this, how this is affecting the rest of your body.
Mhm.
How do you feel when you put magenta on?
I always feel nice because it's a vibrant color, and
Yeah,
it speaks to me. It's vibrant yet soft. It's bold yet subtle, for me. That
yeah.
color. I don't have enough in that color actually. I've got more purpley things than magenta, but I have got magenta for sure.
Not always an easy color to get things in, is it? Unless they've decided we can buy it.
Yeah.
All right. So what else we got going on here? So this is where you go, mental block, inner conflict. A few parasites and things going on. Chromium. Okay, spine. Lymphatics, you've got Cairo again. Respiratory system, mold. Well, that will come up in a minute if it's there. Practice deep breathing. Do you do any meditation of any form?
No, I can't be asked with that. Meditation for me is washing up. It's driving.
Well,
Um,
then, you know, use that as your moving meditation. So when you think about this color, I mean, we're talking magenta. So, you know, this is what you are, where you are. You know, we're going on to the violet, the higher levels of consciousness. You know, this is not sort of like down in the physical. Those first three, you know, the red, orange, the yellows, they are on the physical. They're very, very physical, how we show up in the physical world. When we come into that magenta, lilac, purple, we're coming into this higher realm. So this is why it's actually asking you to connect more in with that, because I think this is where your inner calm will just come back down to ground you so that you can feel more of a balance between up here and down on the earth.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, so that's what we're coming up with here. So there's quite a lot of stuff there, as you can see. It's quite deep. You know, have a look through it, as I say, and just keep going back every now and again to remind yourself of the colors and to remind yourself of what you can be. When you're in balance, this is how you feel. Have you forgotten because you've had a bad day or something like that? How can you get back into that? Maybe it's just that trigger. I need to look at green. I need to go look at magenta. I need to go down to the gold. Where's something gold that I can actually, just for a few minutes, bring myself back into that and connect those colors with those emotions and those feelings, and then connect it into the physical.
Yep.
That makes sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Right. Now we're going to do the vitals. And this will have all already, through all of that, because you can see all the different parts of the body, I've identified which areas here that it's actually going to scan and optimize as it does that. All right. We then get two columns where we have the pre-optimization, so the pre-balancing, so we can see what was everything that was out of balance. And then it literally takes a couple of minutes to optimize it with the frequencies, and then you can see where it is afterwards.
Okay.
Right? It's super quick. It's just quite amazing. Whoops, let's just scan first. So it's just going to zap through all the sensitivities, the foods, the bloods 1 and 2, there's the meridians, the chakras.
What's blood and 1 and 2?
You'll see as we go down, they're just different aspects. And obviously, I don't understand all the different LDLs and whatever else.
Okay.
But you will probably understand it a lot more because I know this is more your field than it is mine. When you come down the list, if you click on the title of a lot of these things, it'll come up with a box with a lot of information. Not all of them, but really helpful. With these two reports here, Elaine, what I recommend is, because I'm not sure how it will show up when it comes through on a PDF, I would go to the classic report. You can look at the other one if you want, but the difference is with the classic, it's going to show us green and red. Simple. Whereas if you go into the enhanced, it's going to break it down and it will have 1, 2, 3 up to 9. So 7, 8, 9 and 1, 2, 3 are sort of out of balance. So it'll give you a different color scheme. So it's a little bit more to look at. But if you want more of a detailed understanding, that's what to do. Okay, to look at that.
Yep. Thank you.
So now we're going to optimize. This just takes a couple of minutes.
Where are you staying at the moment?
I'm in Sussex until next Tuesday, a week tomorrow.
Do you literally go from one to the other to one to the other?
Yeah, well, I'm at my friend's now because I help her with her mum so she can get a break. And then I see where else I want to go, which is Bangkok next week.
Amazing. Where are your sons?
One's in Australia in Melbourne and the other one's in London. Ben's gone back to do a master's actually in climate change. So
Wow.
yeah.
A bit like one of those computer games, isn't it, where you're hopping from one place to another.
And some of the noises are actually not that nice, the vibrations, or at least the sound. Okay. So I'm going to send that one to you as well. Okay, so first of all, we've got all the different food sensitivities. So you can see this in the grey box is the one where it was before. So before we optimized it, scanned everything. So we've got cottage cheese. Do you eat cottage cheese?
No, it's vile. That's pile of sick.
Yeah, well, clearly you don't need to be. So that's good. Goat's milk comes up a lot.
No, don't have it.
No, which is good. Apricots?
I do have apricots, dried apricots sometimes.
Yeah, for some reason. We've got, so these were out, cantaloupe, dates, gooseberries, they're all okay now. You can see these ones are all a little bit out. So we've still got key lime, lemons.
Lemons, I have lemon every day.
So maybe you have got a little bit too much. Light cheese, do you like light
I
cheese?
love them. I had platefuls the other day at a Chinese restaurant. It's one of these eat all you can buffets where it's all very healthy.
Yeah.
And that's light cheese. I can't well, delicious. So nectarine, don't eat nectarines really much.
No, okay. And also pineapple.
Pineapple, not very much. I've been eating dried pineapple lately.
Okay.
Grains, okay.
So pineapple, maybe keep off it for a bit.
Yeah. I've eaten them all now.
Good. All right, grains. The only one that's coming up is rye.
Okay, don't have that much.
Good. Okay.
All the rest of it, I'm listening to the Wheat Belly book. It's really
Yeah.
good, and
Yeah.
he recommends going off of all grains. But I don't have a problem with grains. I've never had a problem. But apparently, it's something that people who need to lose weight they cut the grains. The weight will drop off them.
Yeah.
So
And
yeah,
rye is still the one that's still showing. You see, wheat
yeah,
was, but it's okay now.
yeah, yeah. Cool.
All right.
Lovely.
Legumes. Sometimes this flips over. So it was okay, and now it's brought up because I think that's like an imbalance with something else that's taking the energy from somewhere else.
Okay.
So mung beans, snow peas,
Yeah.
nothing major by the signs of that.
No.
These ones with the meat, you don't, do you
Oh.
eat chicken?
Sometimes, in fact, I have had cravings for meat, and I bought
Okay.
meat last week for the first time in years
Oh,
and years.
wow. Oh,
Uh,
wow. Well, it's okay now. You
yeah,
had obviously three different things going on there.
good. Okay.
Anchovies?
I have been trying to buy. I love anchovies, and I can't find them for love nor money. I'm not meant to, am I? Then by the looks of this.
That's the first time I've seen that come up. So clearly a big message for you there.
Yeah.
Cod was, herring was, Pacific oysters, shrimps, and tuna. But you can see that's all shifted, which is great.
Yeah.
Apart from your anchovies, which you're clearly
Yeah.
not meant to have yet.
No.
Cashew nuts.
Cashews occasionally. I buy mixed nuts, and
Yeah.
cashews are in there, and I do like cashews, but I don't eat many, so I can. But there's nothing that's come up here that's would cause me any difficulty.
Brilliant. Okay. Chia
Oh,
seeds, that
yeah,
was,
lovely.
and rape seeds. So that's all good. Spices, look at those.
Yeah, lovely.
Ginger.
Ginger. Oh, okay. Funnily enough, I've just been given some ginger this morning.
Oh,
Licorice and marjoram. Okay, I don't have either of those, so I need to watch ginger. Okay.
sage.
Not fast.
Thyme.
I'm not fast. Okay, right. Yeah, so that's all good.
It's pretty good actually.
Asparagus don't eat very often.
Arugula.
Cabbage. Oh,
Carrot.
what's irregular? I don't know what that
Big
is.
rocket.
Oh, rocket. Oh, right. Okay. I'm growing some, but it's only just a tinsy bit. Yeah, I can live without
So
that.
let's see what happens with that. Cabbage.
I can live without cabbage.
Yeah.
Um,
And leeks.
Oh, that's a shame. Oh, mushrooms. Oh, well, I do have mushrooms. Right, so avoid mushrooms then and leek. Okay.
You were okay. Radish has come up quite a lot. It's quite interesting.
Right.
She
Okay, but
likes,
that's
yeah.
okay for me
They're
now.
all good. Your eggs are okay.
Yeah.
All right, so the blood's quite interesting. So the neutral fat and the triglycerides. I'm sure you know more about these and what you can do. So this information's not always there, but blood lipids, look at that. Blood other, look at
Really
that.
good. Yeah. Marvelous.
Amazing. Isn't that great to see?
Yes. Yeah. And this is
Right,
the thing,
interesting.
reassuring
So the
platelet
CBCs, you'll
count,
understand
right?
this, no doubt.
Hematology. I don't know. I don't know half of what these things are, but
No,
overall they look
this
okay.
is where you can get some information, okay?
Okay. Great.
But
Thank you.
platelets and monocytes, so right in the cellular level, those, aren't they?
Yes. Yeah.
Hematocrit. But
Oh, yeah.
these were okay. So fatty acids,
Cool.
DPA,
Hmm. Yeah. I'm happy with all of those.
yeah, AA. So
Yeah.
fatty acids, they are all good.
Yeah.
So so when you look, Elaine, and it's really interesting seeing this because I know what you do with your health is huge.
Mm.
So when I see other people's reports, there's a lot more reds.
Yeah.
I mean, I know we've got a few here on the veggies, but they've all optimized, look,
Mhm.
apart from
Yeah.
these two. I
Yeah.
mean, that's, it's pretty good, frankly.
Yeah. I'm happy with all of that.
Yeah, brilliant. CBCs we've done, fatty acids we've done, and now the chakras. Let's just see. Look at that. Pretty damn good. So the
Oh,
only one, throat chakra was low, and so was the solar plexus low.
okay.
All optimized now.
Yeah. Brilliant.
And you've got some more information about each, which is really
Mhm.
nice. Meridian's my favorite. So what do we got? Large intestine was high, lung was low, spleen was low. Right. Oh, interesting. Heart energy.
Mhm.
Well, when you look at the topic that you've chosen here, this
Mhm.
really is no surprise, is it?
Yeah. Yeah.
And we've also got the green. I know it's stating lime green, but this really is a massive message for you to
Mhm.
really come back into that self-love for yourself first.
Yeah.
Bladder was high, but it's not now. And gallbladder. So the gallbladder represents the anger,
Mm.
frustration,
Yeah.
wrath.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That makes sense.
And its best friend, it works with liver,
Hmm.
but liver has actually optimized itself into balance. Pericardium, which is also interesting with the heart because the pericardium, is the muscle, it's the sac that actually protects the heart. Okay. So yeah, that makes so much sense. Governing vessel up the spine was a bit low, but we're okay there. And then you've got, again, lots of information here on all of that. Okay, digestive, colon absorption, gastric peristalsis. But these have optimized, which is great. Cytokine activity.
Cytokine activity. I'm currently taking ivermectin. I've left it off for a few days. I've been taking it for nearly a month when I had that freak out with the Lyme.
Has
Uh,
that all,
uh,
has that resolved itself?
it's resolving. I never had any symptoms, so that I wasn't infected badly, but clearly I was infected with something because the rash. In fact, the rash, I think it's still there, but it's not anywhere near as bad as it was. Yeah, it's disappearing now. But I've been taking ivermectin, and I've got now some hydrochloric hydro how did I say it? Hydroxychloroquine.
Oh
For
yeah, hydroxy. Yeah,
yeah, I've got hydroxy and fenbendazole, which is the parasite stuff. So I'm going to be taking that after a few days. I've got that already here.
brilliant. Okay, we'll have a look at that in a minute. So what would they call it? What were you thinking it was?
Lyme disease,
Yeah,
which is from an infected tick bite.
that's right. Ticks. God, I used to get those in the Philippines. It was a nightmare. The dogs were always disgusting little things. All right, so insulin resistance, look at that. Perfect.
Brilliant.
Pancreas, perfect.
Mm.
Pancreas and glycemic insulin secretion. It was green before, so there's just an imbalance because that's gone out, that's gone back into balance, and that's gone back into balance. So obviously something else, just clicking it out. Arginine on the amino acids and
Okay, that's interesting.
yeah,
Methionine. Okay.
and methionine.
Yeah.
Otherwise, look at all those,
Yeah.
all back.
Brilliant.
Digestive acids, enzymes. We've got
Yeah. Hydrochloric acid
interesting.
again. Yeah. The HCl. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And are you taking that now?
No, no. It comes up a lot, the HCl. I've actually got some that I can take. I've always got this stuff around. I don't
Okay,
believe in taking anything kind of religiously unless there's a reason for it.
absolutely. But I think because
So,
it came up with
yeah,
the voice thing, so I think
yes, yeah,
this could be a good thing, Elaine.
yeah, yeah. I've got some. I shall crack
Brilliant.
on with
And
that.
all of these have just so pepsin,
Right, so that's just to do with the acid levels
the
and
acid levels
digestion.
thing.
So one fix one, the other one will get fixed. It's not that's easy peasy.
But you know, I mean, really, look at that. Macro minerals,
Mm,
oh my God, look at
yeah.
that. How
Brilliant.
exciting to see that, honestly.
Wow.
I mean, you only had sulfur that was out, not anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, it's brilliant, isn't it? Just
So now,
shows, what I do just works, isn't it?
you know, and that's what's so fascinating for me to see the differences.
Yeah.
So B's come up quite a lot actually. B2,
Mm-hmm.
only one there, but you did have a few folate, D and E, but they're all okay. Basic physical, vagal tone, interesting. pH balance, hydration's good. Bone muscle, bone growth, bone mineral density. Whoa, look at
That's
that.
really good. That's excellent because years ago I had a diagnosis of osteoporosis and osteopenia, which of course I never took any notice from. I take boron. That's one of the few things that I do try and remember to take. I take 6 milligrams of boron every day, which is a good bone
Yeah.
density thing.
And did we have that? It would have come up. So, you know, I mean, look, I mean, that's just fabulous to see.
Yeah, brilliant. Hmm. Yeah, somebody said to me the other day, do I still have osteoarthritis? I said, I don't think so, but I've got no proof. I'm not going to go and get scans and things. So this is proof, isn't it?
This, you know, for you, this is fantastic, isn't it? Because look at all
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Cerebral arteriosclerosis,
Okay, so that's a bit of
the old
plaque. So
brain.
that came up on the previous thing. There was arginine. So when I
Yes.
don't take arginine, so I used to use that when I had my cardiovascular health clinics. My body creates more calcium than the average person's for some reason. So I need to. That's another reason why I do the exercise, the oxygen exercising, pickleball and badminton and so on, because that increases the arginine, the nitric oxide in the body. I don't know what that's called. Cranial nerve oculometer. That's an eye thing, isn't it? Okay.
I would imagine it's something to
Right.
do with that,
Yeah.
but it's,
Spinal
you know,
assessment.
whilst I wouldn't say that's a massive thing.
Yeah.
Cranial nerve 11, spinal accessory.
Yeah. Well, I've got a
Uh,
dodgy back, so I mean, I deserve to have more than that. So it just shows what I'm
I
doing.
mean,
It's
but look
working.
at this, Elaine. I mean, really, the cardiovascular
Mm, brilliant.
fascia,
Yeah.
it's just the coronary perfusion pressure. So, I mean, that's just phenomenal. And especially if you say with your spine,
Mm,
pulse wave curve and
brilliant.
cartilage,
Okay. And nervous system. Mm,
which makes
good.
sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's to do with collagen. So
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
You had those out, eyes,
Mhm.
bows, and vessels, all done. Look at that.
Mm. Wow. I should have a baby now.
You can. You're all right now. Bags under the eyes?
Not really.
I wouldn't say definitely. I mean, I don't think, because you look, it was in green. It's just there's a balance that's shifted there somewhere. But hormones, serotonin, which makes sense because we know serotonin is the happy hormone. And if you're feeling a bit stressed, then that is the one that's going to come up, isn't it?
Yeah. Yes, all very good.
There you go. Look at that immune system, just
Yeah.
IgE, kidney function, again, liver and gallbladder, amazing. Lung function, endometriosis, have you ever had that?
No.
Skin index, oh my God, you've got both in, that's incredible. I have not seen that before.
Wow.
Not both.
Yeah. I constantly get comments on my skin. And I'm constantly frustrated now because when I look in the mirror, I can see I have got wrinkles coming along, but and I don't use anything in particular on my face. I started using a bit of aloe vera moisturizer that I've got from what's she called, Yvonne.
Yeah.
So I shall just keep on with that. But I use coconut oil, so I never put anything on my face as such. I just wear lippy and the eye stuff the same as you do. And that's it.
God, that is the second one you've just had, isn't it? All greens, or maybe that was one, but that is phenomenal. I haven't actually seen that before.
We'll have to
And
write about
so,
this then, won't we? Social media
absolutely,
all
but
over
that
it.
is such a fantastic thing to see because that's representing what's going on inside.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, look at this one, thyroid.
Perfect.
Pollens, you know, you had loads.
Wow. Who knew? I had no idea.
Oak trees.
Oh.
Anyway, you don't need to worry too much about that. Okay, bacterial. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that.
Corynebacterium diphtheria.
Anyway,
No idea. Okay.
anyway, you can click on that if you want more info.
Generally speaking, no problem.
That's interesting.
Ricketsia.
Yeah.
Ricketsia.
Let's see if we got any information there. Oh, okay.
Rocky Mountain spotted fever in humans and other vertebrates.
Well, we learn something new every day.
Never, yeah.
Fungus.
Where have we got fungus? So muco something or other and sporo something or other. Okay.
But otherwise, I mean, really,
nothing much is there.
human toxins, all in balance.
Wow. Yeah, look at that.
Vaccines were showing up.
That
I
would be
had somebody
childhood vaccine things.
exactly. I had somebody that showed the same. She said, "I've not had a vaccine since '99, and it's still showing up." I had something as well. I don't think I've had anything since the '80s.
Yeah, no, not me. I've not had anything knowingly, and since childhood.
Yeah. Minerals and metals, thallium and tin. Do you keep stuff in tins?
No.
Good. Okay.
No. Jars. I'm a jar person.
Good. Okay.
Rhizopus. I wonder what that is. Molds. Okay.
Oh my God, there's loads here.
Often
both
mold indoors. We've got, it's very, very humid here now. So I've bought myself quite a big dehumidifier. So I've been using that. So I'll just keep on with that.
Interesting. Heat stroke has been described as a risk factor for disseminated psychomosis as well. So interesting. Right. Parasites. Whoa, look at that.
Cysticercosis or something. Okay. Parasite called larvae cysts of the tape. Oh, charming. Okay. No,
I don't think we want to look anymore at that.
no, that will be, yeah, well, I'll do the Fen-Ben and the hydroxy and that
Yeah.
sort out that.
So just a couple there, but I mean, really, compared to what you did have, look.
Yeah.
Schistosomiasis, keratitis. Keratitis is skin, isn't it? Eyes, cornea.
Cornea. Okay. Clear damage that it becomes inflamed. Could use of multiple depends on.
Bushy sensation.
Right.
But it was green, so I wouldn't say that that was like a major issue.
Yeah.
Viruses, spike proteins. Well, there you go.
Oh well.
Buggers.
That be.
Um,
Well, I did have. I had yellow jaundice. Yeah, in the 80s, I had yellow jaundice, so that's obviously still lurking around. And herpes, yeah, I had that, and I had a dodgy pap smear years ago. So again, they stick around, don't they?
yeah, they do. Well, it just goes to show.
Yeah, Fen-Ben hopefully will sort that out, and the hydroxy.
Hepatitis E.
Oh, yeah, that's come up twice there, isn't it?
And chickenpox was.
Okay.
Wow. I mean, that's really impressive. That's really exciting to see. Let me just send this to you. If I can't remember if I did it at the beginning or not, so you might get it
Yeah.
twice.
Yeah.
I'm a bit paranoid about this because I've lost a few and had to start all over again. I'm like, shit.
Right. So this isn't the Healy, is it? This is something
No,
that's
this is
different.
the AO scan. This is very different because it's working with the sound, whereas Healy works with the frequency in a different way. They're just
Yeah.
different frequencies, like the patches work with the light of frequency.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
So this is why it just fits so beautifully into this. I just love it. So what we're going to do now is we're going to do affirmations. We're going to do a custom playlist. And we've got pick a mix from 15 different things, and we've got a lot to pick from. So I really want you to think about what you started with, this topic of how can we bring you back into balance, into that place of, I don't know, acceptance, forgiveness, self-love, external love, unconditional love, feeling loved, feeling gratitude. Those are the sorts of things. I mean, you pick whatever. So we can go down this list and you just tell me what you feel we want to add into this list.
So these are things that I aspire to.
Yeah.
Okay, abundance, wealth, and success. We'll have some of that,
But I
please.
have that.
Well, I guess the confidence, self-esteem, and love. You've been saying that often, so we need to have that. And one other, did you say?
No, you got 15 all in all.
Oh, geez, right, okay.
So we don't have to take it all from this one because we've got all these other categories as well.
Good, okay.
So I mean, we can always go back and delete and add, it doesn't matter, but I just want you to, whatever jumps out at you, we'll put in.
Okay, so I have to do this now, or is this something I do later?
Well, we're going to do it now.
Okay. EMF shield.
Yeah, brilliant idea.
Immune support.
Okay.
Inner peace. Perfect recall, that'd be handy.
Yep.
Prosperity. Underneath. Okay, sleep well.
Okay. You just cancel what we've got.
Up to?
And we've got 8.
Okay.
Now, this is more the physical things. I don't know that you have anything specific on the physical, do you?
No.
I don't think we need to go down that list. I'd rather as we went down. Yeah. So we're going to put the flowers in, and I'm going to use GBT chat to make it quick. If you, what other emotions or feelings or senses would you like? Let's get the right flower remedies that would work for you.
I just feel happy and settled and grounded all the time.
Okay, but when you remember, Elaine, this is to do with your topic, which is your daughters and your son and everything else, your family. So when you think about your family, how can you resolve that? What would be something that would help you resolve that?
Maybe I can use some flower remedies. I've got diffuser all over the house and different essential oils and things. So I guess I can
You can use
use
those, but
something like those.
if you could feel something towards them that you're not necessarily feeling now, what would that be?
Something like a chamomile grass,
Okay, but what feeling would it be?
softer.
Okay, what else? What emotion would it what emotion would it connect in with?
Um, peace,
Okay.
joy, grounding.
And what about acceptance?
Yeah, acceptance that she wants nothing to do with me. Yeah, yeah, that sounds about right.
Let's just see what comes up. It is a quick way of doing it. Not us. All right, and let's really agrimony really is that agrimony is a really good essence because it's like we're put on that face. Oh, everything's fine when actually behind you're like this.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's what that is. It's like, yeah, I'm fine. You know, that's what
Okay.
that one is.
Right,
So
how
look,
funny. Mustard for joy,
yeah.
because I've never taken to mustard, and I've started now making my own like mustard cream sauce type thing
Ooh.
with organic um cream milk stuff with slinging mustard in, and I've never done that, and I've done that twice lately.
Well,
Bizarre.
mustard is that feeling that you get when you just sort of wake up and you just think, I feel like that, ugh, sort of feeling for no specific reason. It just arrives.
Yeah, I never get that feeling. I can't honestly say that the last time I felt, rubbish. Acceptance walnut, that's how I see Charlotte. I did some work with Fiona Maguire the other day, and
Okay.
since then I now imagine her as a walnut. She's a tough nut to crack, and that's, there's no way that I'm ever going to get in there
Yeah.
until she's ready to exceed. So,
Walnut's very good for change. So
right.
it helps you to adapt to life's changes.
Mhm.
Right. What else in there? Is there anything else in there that actually thinks, yeah, that's another one I could add in?
Mm. Not really. Nothing kind of jumps at rose.
Rose,
Wild rose.
wild rose for this one.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's good. That one. And then some of these might be just on a slightly different angle.
Bottle brush. We've got bottle brush type trees here.
Okay.
Quite a lot.
Actually, that would be good. Yeah.
Mm.
Okay, bottle brush around there. Any of the others?
Five corners.
Yep. Encourage self-love, self-acceptance, and confidence. Yep. Right. Now, the other thing I would suggest, let me just check where we are with it. Right, we've got 3 left. The chakras, I would say definitely the heart, because that was one that came
Yes.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh,
That was the only one, so we just have that one.
I think we'll just stick with that. Now, what we
Yeah.
could do because the homeopathics are on another level. So if, I think we've got 2 left now. So if we said, because this is just coming from another angle, what about if we had a homeopathic remedy for acceptance of differences, for example?
Yeah.
Should we just see if something comes up with that? What are you doing?
Hi, glad to meet you. I think we're going to do great work together.
That's interesting.
Good.
Right. Hmm. Let's just see what comes up here. No. Okay. Clearly not that. And we don't want the nosodes. So what we're going to do, you know the cell salts, Elaine?
Not particularly, no.
I think we're better off going back to, let's just skim through these. If there's anything else. What about this one?
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Forgiveness?
Yeah, for myself, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should we leave it at that?
Yeah, that's it, isn't it? 15, I
That's
think
our
we've got now.
15.
Yeah, that's it.
So what should we call it? Should we call it abundance, wealth, and success?
Yes, yeah, we'll have that.
Okay, and we're going to save that. Now, I am going to send these to you right now for a 20-second imprint. And you might hear the sounds and it's going to go through. So while this is going to vibrate to you right now, you may feel some tingling. You may feel something going on in your body. You may not feel anything. So it doesn't matter, but they are actually coming through the vibes to you, into your energy field. And I'm actually going to take a photo so that you can actually see what we've got on this list. And I'm going to send that to you. Can you hear those noises?
No.
Okay. Okay. That's a good combination, really, Elaine.
Amazing, isn't it, all this tech?
I mean, it's just so specific, isn't it? I mean, to see your, and what I love is to actually pick up those things, that you totally relate to, and looking at all the sensitivities and the bloods and the foods, and it's quite amazing actually. And it's actually really nice to see it because you can see the work you've done because you've done the work. And this is done in seconds. I mean, there's a couple of minutes to actually optimize into something else, and you can see straight away how that has shifted the vibrations in those immediately.
Been raining here for days and days and days. We had a good spell on Saturday afternoon, which is perfect for playing pickleball. But apart from then, we've all been grounded pretty much. It's been absolutely torrential. But we need it. We so need it. It was so dry. So we've now got a river flowing not far from me, which it's been dry for months. Waggy loves swimming, so he's very pleased that we've got the water again.
I used to go see my mum down in Marbella, on the other side of Marbella, and all the dams were dry. There was just no water anywhere, and it's actually quite scary when you start to think you've got to maybe go into that drought where you're minimising what your use is. We take it for granted over here because we got so much. It's not an issue. We've got a whole week of rain as well. So just be aware, Elaine, because I know it doesn't feel like we've done an awful lot, but I know quite a few of the ladies have actually felt something the next day, whether it's someone said they had a massive row with their husband. I don't know if that had anything to do with this, but it is actually shifting stuff, and some of them have felt maybe stomach issues coming on. So just be aware of that because it is very, very powerful actually, even though they're only optimizing for a couple of minutes at a time. That's all you need. You don't need it for any longer. And just drink loads of water.
Cool, thank you. How long have you had this device?
2 weeks, not even 2 weeks.
Oh wow. Well, there's a girl over here in Portugal that has one, and it's the same that Hannah has, Hannah Jago.
Oh, what's Hannah got?
Same as this.
She's got the same as this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't know it was the same as this, but I recognise the name Solex. I kept thinking Solex, and I've heard that before.
Yeah, I've never heard her talk about it.
No, she doesn't. She's loads of things that she does. No, she very rarely talks. She has spoken about a sound thing. She has spoken, but I didn't realise it was the same thing. But
interesting. I mean, it is fascinating. There's so much more you can do. You clean houses, you can actually scan the dogs, and it comes up with the 8 chakras, and it just goes down and tells you what foods are good,
brilliant.
not whatever. It's just phenomenal. I mean, it's amazing. So what I'm going to do for the next 2 weeks, I'll check in with you, but I will be sending optimizing these through the field. So that's your playlist. You need to just listen to your music. That's your meditation.
Okay.
As many times as you want throughout the day, and you will hear the very low vibration. It's actually very nice to listen to. They're all very calming, which I quite like it when I go to bed. And then the 4th week I'll sort out when I'm in Bangkok, and then we can just scan again and just see what's different.
Cool.
All right. So, and it'll be interesting because I know you're going to start taking a few more things. So it'll be really interesting just to compare in a month, which is why I'm doing it in a month, because we really need that time for the body to adjust.
Yes. Yeah.
And it's the emotions, obviously, but have a look through the chakras and really, really feel it into that heart chakra, Elaine. That is one for you that really needs to be opened up. Okay, so look at the colors, think about what do those colors mean for me? How does it feel when I look at them? Maybe today they're really pissing you off, and then go back in and have a look. Well, if it wasn't pissing me off, where would I be with it?
Yeah, cool.
All right.
Yeah, thank you. Very, very good indeed. Marvelous. Glad I've done it.
I'm glad you have. I'm glad you've experienced it. So it's wonderful. Thank you so much for joining me.
Marvelous. And feel
And
free
if you
to
have any
splash all over.
questions,
No,
yeah,
just splash all over socials, whatever you want to do, and tag me, and I'll support
I
it.
would love to. I mean, I'm definitely, because this is, it's so powerful. I mean, it's amazing. So I can add, I'm going to thinking about now how I add in, you know, Healy with it, which I can, and do the meridians, and I can, because I can do all sorts of different things and send the energy from the meridians or the chakras in a different way. So this, it's, the world is like this with this, with all the other bits that I've got. And what I'm doing with this is I want to scan people before they go on the patches, and then a month after.
Brilliant.
And a month after, so
Yeah.
we can actually physically see the shifts that are happening.
Yeah, and then alongside that, you've got the BioKiss strip so that they can look, because that all these things that you do give a slightly different angle, don't they?
I know,
To everything.
I mean, I can't, I mean, just, I know very quickly, but the BioKist, I love it, but I don't know that I can go into the leadership thing again with that. I've got too many other things.
Yeah, no, it's not necessary. I'm only doing it just temporary until somebody else comes along. I'm hoping Hannah's going to take it because she's great at presenting. She's really, really good.
Angela?
Hannah Jago.
Oh, okay.
She does great presentations, and she's given some testimonials already on the
Oh, Hannah
BioKiss.
Jago, sorry, I'm thinking the other one.
Yeah.
Hannah, brilliant.
Yeah, no, not Hannah Koch, no. But also I've got a meeting with Pascal, because do you know Didier's left?
I did. I didn't say
Yeah.
anything because I'd said to Gabriella that it's not my, she told me last week actually, and it wasn't for me to say, and I promised her I wouldn't say anything because I knew it would come out. I don't know if everyone knows that.
He mentioned it on Saturday, on the call on Saturday. He did mention, and like it was like a done thing, and just like, so what kind of thing. There was no big hoo-ha or fanfare or anything. It's just kind of
There's a
dropped it
lot
in the
more obviously
conversation.
to it. I mean,
Yeah.
I had
I
a long
knew.
chat with Gabriella.
You did, yeah. I knew I knew about 3 weeks ago, but no, 2 weeks ago probably. But I'm not interested in all the ins and outs. I mean, obviously some things kicked off. So anyway, who
You know
cares?
what, the company's running and it's successful, and Pascal,
Yeah.
I think, is very good from what I've seen. And actually, do you know what, Elaine? I thought that Didier was always very good. And you know those calls that I was doing, getting up at whatever to be on the call, I was the only one that was on them.
Yeah, that's nuts, isn't it?
I mean, you know, he was pissed off, and I'm like, you have every right to be pissed off,
Yeah,
because
totally.
he's a busy man. And I was like, well, I don't particularly want to get up because this is my yoga walk time, everything else, but I committed, and it was like, oh, what's going on here?
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't take any more on yet because I've got this, I've got my life wave, I've got my healing. I don't want to go into the leadership. I will promote them. I've still got loads of them, but you have to pull back sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I'm saying to myself. And I said to my housemate, Pavla, I said, if you see me going off piece, just rein me in, because what I've done now, I've got so many things on the go, but they're all linked to the same thing. A bit like you, it's all linking to a purpose, which is helping people.
Exactly.
Mine is doing it in a slightly different way. Mine's on about, so you're I'm kind of doing it from a perspective of, let's not get ill. If you do, I've got people, so I can pass people, around. I can refer people. I'm not that interested in doing the people thing myself, which is why, that's one of the reasons, apart from financial, with the life wave thing. I thought, what am I doing? I don't want this. I don't want to be dealing with people. I can't be asked with
Whereas
them.
that's my thing. I love it.
Yeah. Yeah. I used to, but been there, done that. I'm not in that space anymore.
Absolutely.
I'm helping.
No, and what you're doing is quite unique, Elaine, anyway.
Yes.
And the people who are very cerebral will love all that.
Yeah.
Whereas I like to work, with the people who want to know more about what's going on in here and why.
Yeah.
And I love to be that energetic explorer as to what else is going on. And that's my magic. I love the frequency stuff because I've seen what it does.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I think you've got a great combination. So brilliant.
Well, now you've experienced this, you've experienced some of the other things. So I'm grateful to you because you are always very good as an advocate to sort of like promote, which I appreciate as well.
Yeah, most welcome. We'll have a super rest of the day. I'm going to go and have a glass of wine now.
Good for you. Go and enjoy it. Is it red by any chance?
Of course, yes.
Little magenta colour, so you can look into that.
Oh, there you go. Perfect. Perfect.
Permission.
Yeah. Thank you. Have
You
a good
enjoy.
day. Thanks for your help. Bye.
You're welcome. Let me know if you've got any questions, okay?
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Thank
Lovely.
you. Bye-bye.
Bye.